Hey, bro, what's up to my channel? What's up to my channel? Okay, this doesn't matter. Let's start.
A confused blonde walked the streets of a city he was unfamiliar with. Hell, he had never been in an actual city. He wore an orange blazer and black pants with combat boots. That's what he found when he woke up in a room that wasn't his. At first he thought he passed out of exhaustion because of his training, but then he remembered defeating Kagaya. However, in her final moments, she managed to create a dimension and sucked Naruto away from his world. Now he was here. The noise outside was something H not used to. As he made his way to a large window panel, his eyes bulged out of his sockets. Long gone was Konohagakure, it was replaced by a metropolis filled with skyscrapers and lots of traffic. He took a step back before screaming, "Where the hell am I?" Well, that was this morning. He was currently walking through a park with no clue of where to go. Something he did notice was people with super abilities. It wasn't ninja though, it reminded him of one of the peens he fought. Distracted by his own thought, he failed to see a young man wearing glasses in incredible speeds running straight at him. With no time to slow down, the man collided with, sending them both to the ground. "Oi! Watch where you are going!" Naruto exclaimed as he rubbed his head before helping the other man up. "My apologies, but I am in a hurry. I must warn the teachers that the students of UA are in danger. They have been ambushed inside USJ by the League of Villains." Naruto's face turned to a serious look. "Do you need any help? If you have a cell phone, please call the police," before the man resumed his sprint to the school. "Wait, where is USJ? Maybe I can help," asked Naruto, stopping the man in his tracks. He was contemplated to tell him, before he turned and pointed to a dome that was visible. He then disappeared quickly after that. "Well, if I am here, might as well be useful. Who knows, maybe I'll find something out." Naruto began sprinting towards the direction the guy with glasses said. "Do you know where we are, Kurama?" Naruto asked the tailed beast inside him. "No. This is not the world you know. This is another dimension entirely. That bitch sent you here as her final attack." The fox replied, "It also seems your C-Path Sage mode is gone." Naruto nodded before continuing to the dome. All Might stood in front of the bioengineered man known as Numu. His amazing punches has little to no effect on the creature due to his quirk. He scanned the students. They were in danger, but they were in a safe distance. They helped him out of a bind, now it's his turn to save them. He once again dashed towards the creature, and instead of his usual one punch, he began to letting steam of a series of punches. Slowly the creature began to elevate off the ground before he was pummeled away by All Might, breaking through the ceiling and disappearing. The V came with a cost, however. He stood proud where he was, but he knew he couldn't move anymore. He was a sitting duck. The students were at a distance, they could not match the villain's speed, and who could save him? Young Midoriya was unconscious after he tried taking on Numu to defend his friends. He saw the teen with the hand on his face approaching him, Ray deliver the final blow and turn him into dust. Out of nowhere, a flash of orange appeared. A boy he had never seen before, with a blue sphere in his hand and a determined on his face. Time slowed down for him to scan every single detail from the teen. Rasengan. The blonde teen pressed the ball against the stomach of the villain, sending him spiraling away in a gateway his ally produced. "You okay, mister?" he asked out of breath. "You saved my life, young boy I have never seen," All Might said before disappearing in steam. Naruto looked on to see how the overly muscular man turned in the scrawny one who looked on the verge of death. "Don't tell anyone," Naruto heard All Might say before a wall of cement appeared before him and concealed the hero away. The sound of adults began to fill the arena. He saw the young man with glasses with them. He was able to get help just in time. The teenagers behind him were in awe someone like Naruto existed. "Who are you?" the one with red hair asked. "Uzumaki Naruto," he answered proudly. Naruto was sitting down in a bench, recalling everything that has happened so far. Not even an hour into this dimension and he got involved in a life and death situation. He chuckled to himself, but then he heard footsteps approaching him. It was the girl with black hair that has a revealing outfit. He blushed before turning away. "I just want to thank you for saving Kyoka, Kaminari and I back then when we were in a jam." She bowed, showing a bit more of the cleavage she already has been exposed. Naruto blushed more and scratched his head lightly. "Hee hee, no big deal. What's your name?" The girl blushed embarrassedly. My apologies, I haven't introduced myself properly. My name is Yaoyorozu Momo. I am pleased to meet you. She extended her hand and smiled, getting up from the bench and shook her hand. Uzumaki Naruto, likewise. Like I said before, Momo-chan, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have not known what was going on, and pointed me to All Might. If even a few seconds had gone by, he would been dead already. Yes, I know, but still thank you for saving us, Naruto-san. She smiled. Anyways, I haven't seen you around here. Are you new to Musudafu? Well, something like that, Momo-chan, Naruto said. He was about to say something before they were interrupted by a small animal. Uzumaki-san, the small dog said, could I have a word with you? Naruto turned to Momo, who only nodded and left them alone. Naruto followed the man to a room filled with teachers who had come to the rescue, including All Might, who deep in thought. They were sitting down in a U-shaped desk and a lone chair was in front of them. All the seats in the U were taken except for one that must belong to the bloodied man with long hair. Please take a seat, Naruto-san, the animal man spoke as he sat right next to him. First of, you have seen All Might in his true form. We ask of you to please keep it a sec, there are a few designated people that know his true identity. Naruto looked at the blonde teacher before nodded, you have my word. Great. Next, this facility is top secret and only heroes should know about it. How were you able to find it? Naruto explained the event that happened earlier with the young man with glasses. It appears young Lita-san quick decision saved some students and myself as well. All Might broke his silence. I believe there should be no punishment to the student. I agree as well, but telling a secret hero facility to a complete stranger could have backfired completely. I believe we should give him a warning in case of future cases. All the teachers nodded before the principal continued. Last but not least, Naruto-san, where are you from? Naruto hesitated to answer but felt there was no danger telling teachers about himself. After all, he owes his ninja careers to one special teacher back home. I am not from this dimension. This got the attention of all the teachers. I am from a world where shinobi walk the earth. In this dimension, I am just one of the million shinobi that practice ninjutsu. Before arriving here, I was in the middle of a war. Two crazy men with powers that could rival gods lured the 5 great nations into war. How this was all a master plan by the creator of ninjutsu, Kagaya Otsutsuki. My team and I were on the verge of victory from the deity, but at the last moment she managed to a portal to which I was sucked in, and here I am. The principal nodded. I see, Naruto-kun. Do you mind waiting outside so we could process this information and what we'll do with you? Naruto nodded and exited the room and waited outside. As soon as he walked out the door, he was being stared at by all the students. Oi, who the hell are you? Asked another blonde male with an annoyed face. Bakugo, don't be a dick, spoke one of the guys who had red hair. Why don't you shut the fuck up and mind your damn business? Bakugo spat back, WTH, fire in his eyes, literally. I am Uzumaki Naruto, I just moved here, he replied with a smile as he leaned against the wall of the room he just exited. Another boy with silver and red hair took notice of his pause and frowned. Barely walking back to the group was Midoriya Izuku. His arm and part of his head was covered bandages. Deku-kun, are you okay? Asked a girl with brown hair in a tight black suit. Yeah, I'm fine thanks to recovery girl, he smiled back to her before turning his attention to Naruto. From what I heard, you helped All Might, asked the green-haired boy approaching him. Yeah, I did. I always help people in danger, Naruto replied. Thank you then, since he couldn't do anything since I was knocked out. All Might is very important here. Midoriya extended his arm and waited for Naruto to shake his hand, which he did. He smiled back at him and most of his classmates as well. The door to the room opened, teachers walked out. Principal Nezo spoke to the students. Thank you to all of you who helped defeat the villains. You were amazing and only proved the UA has the top students. It was unfo that your field experience turned out like this, but that is the hero world. You never know what can happen. All I can say is learn from the experience in battle for the future. The students nodded and understood the lesson the principal was saying. Now regarding you, Naruto-kun, since you are new here and you don't have anywhere to stay, you can either stay in a dorm or with one of the students. Momo spoke quickly. He can stay with me. The students looked at her with wide eyes for how quickly she responded. This made the girl blush. I mean my residence has many guest rooms and I am sure my parents won't mind to help a fellow student. The principal smiled and nodded, very well, but that is up to Naruto-kun. Momo turned to see the blonde smiling, yes I accept. Thank you Momo-chan. That settles that. The other thing Naruto-kun is since you are still underage, you have to go to a school. Seeing that you are well capable of being a hero, you can manage to impress in the sports festival in a week, continued Nezo. The students got excited hearing the sports festival with the exception of a few broody ones. Now students, classes are cancelled for the day. The bus will take you back to school and you are free to live to your homes. A bigger cheer was heard in the dome after that announcement was made. Naruto was in front of mansion belonging to Momo's parents. Amazing, this is your place. Momo smiled and nodded, it is nothing Naruto-san. Come let's go in. I already told my parents about you by text messages. By what? Naruto asked, getting a confused look from brunette girl. Text message by cell phone. She took out her phone and showed it to him. Did you have these from where you are? No. In my world, we used messenger birds to send messages across places, he asked as he observed the pink object in his hands. The phone vibrated making Naruto let go of the phone making hit the floor. Both of them looked at the object before Naruto picked up once again. The screen was cracked this time. I'm sorry your cell phone cracked. It's okay Naruto-san, don't worry about it. I'll get a new one. She said without a care and they both went inside her home. The inside was almost as amazing as the outside. Nothing compared to this in Naruto's mind. It made him feel small. He was brought out of his thoughts by Momo's parent. They introduced themselves and made Naruto feel at home. They soon excused themselves as they seemed as busy people. Sorry about my parents Naruto-san, she spoke before continuing, I bet you must be very worried for you. Naruto flinched at this, my parents actually died, Momo-chan. Oh I'm sorry, she replied not knowing what to say but Naruto continued, but I got to meet them somehow so I'm not that upset. Their legacy makes me who I am, with a grin that made her smile too. Anyways where am I staying at Momo-chan? He asked. Oh the room you are staying is across of mine so I'll show. They both headed to their bedrooms and Naruto continued to explore his temporary home. Rare artifacts, expensive paintings decorated the halls of the mansion. He might actually get lost here. They reached the door to his room and opened it. It was almost the size of his old flat. A lot of place to maneuver and do things. He could do so many activities here. The room fully furnished and ready for him to move in. All you need is clothes Naruto, she said, and I already arranged to go shopping with the guys from class so you could get to know them. Oh and here this is your new PH. She handed him a black cell phone brand new, it already has my contact info and some other from school. I also asked for a tech member to help you how to use one. Naruto smiled. Thank you Momo-chan but as you sure just giving me like this I mean I have no money. Look around you Naruto-san. Does it look like we need money? It's the least I could do to help a fellow friend. Now come on we should get going to the mall. And off they went in a cab. The teachers from UA were gathered in one of the halls of the school talking about the attack on the students and about Naruto. Someone had told the League of Villains about the school trip to USJ and you could also add that to someone sneaking through the school perimeter. The target was all MI time but the students were also targets to invoke the legendary hero. However the topic was on the blonde ninja who appeared out of nowhere. Are you sure we should let him compete in the sports festival sir? Asked Midnight. He has all the talent to become a hero. He also could be a big help to us in case any more attacks against the students. Replied Nezu. If it's true what he says. The boy has been trained to be an assassin as a ninja. He might instinctively kill one of our students. I mean the attack he did almost tore the at apart according to All Might's description. The blonde man with blue eyes spoke, yes, young Naruto could have killed that man but I have a feeling in my gut he was holding back. He carefully measured the strength attack just main him and distance him from me. We simply do not know enough about the boy, said Snipe behind his gas mask. It's true that he helped All Might, Eraserhead and 13 but that could be part of his P. We can trust him. Perhaps he's the one helping the villains. All Might once again intervened. If that's the case, then even more we should keep him near and coach him to become a hero. I believe that is the right move too, Semta spoke. If he were an enemy, we still have Eraserhead to remove his quirk and interrogate him. Give the boy a slack. If he was truly a villain, he would have not interfered. With All Might gone, the villains could run the country. I say we give him the chance to prove himself, spoke Present Mike. If he performs well in the games, we'll have Eraserhead keep an eye on him, said Ectoplasm, that's the only solution. He is still young and has much to learn. So it is settled then. No one is against this anymore. Nezu asked and the teachers shook their head. Good then. We must get things ready for the festival. Midnight will be in charge of the games this year. Midnight nodded and smiled comically. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. The students met at the plaza of the mall, but eventually everyone split up, leaving Momo and Naruto by themselves. They went into several shops and looked for clothes for them. Naruto picked his style of orange, black and blue colors, while Momo refused to let him see her clothes to Naruto's protests. Soon both were eating in the food court with dozens of shopping bags around them. Momo was eating a salad while Naruto ate ramen. After tasting a bit, Naruto knew it was nearly as good as Ichiraku's. He looked up to see the girl studying him, strangely making him blush. What? Is there something on my face? The girl blinked and shook her head. Sorry about that, I tend to study details of everyone once in a while. Anyways, aren't you nervous about competing with other students the sports festivals? Not really. I mean, where I am from we have a similar test called the Chunin exam. We literally face life or death in that tournament. Momo became pale learning that, but what would happen if you died? Did the school get sanctioned or something? After graduating from ninja school, you are considered adults. Once they give you this, you are a full-blooded ninja. He took out his hite from his pouch and showed it to the plate was scratched and bloodied from all the fights Naruto has ever taken place. Besides, before taking the exams, we signed a waiver saying we understand the past outcome of the tournament. Well, the festival is nothing like that, so you don't have to worry about anything like that to happen. So tell me about yourself, Naruto, she asked curiously. When I started my ninja career I was asked to talk about myself. Now here I am doing the same thing. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I like ramen and eating ramen at Ichiraku's ramen stand. I like to train to become stronger and developing jutsus. My dream is to become the Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. Hokage. Is that like the strongest ninja in your world? Well, it's sort of like a position in a village. Yes, you are the strongest ninja and you protect and oversee everyone. So everyone is like your family more or less. Really? And what made you want that dream? She asked, trying to get more info about her friend. Well, when I was kid, I was an orphan and hated for something I had no control over, but one man cared deeply for me even though I was nuisance. He was the third H at the time and almost like a grandfather figure to me. He helped me a lot and well, I looked up to him. Everyone acknowledges the Hokage and that's what I wanted too. How many Hokages have there been? Momo said, finishing with her salad and intrigued from the stories her friend was saying. 5 so far. Recently I found out my dad was the 4th Hokage, so that made me even want to become one even more. Well, I bet you'll become one once you get back, she said, smiling back at him. Hopefully if I get back. I still don't know how I got here and have no idea how to get back. He looked worriedly. You'll find a way, Naruto-san, she said, grabbing his hand and squeezing with a warm smile that made Naruto nod back. So what kind of jutsus do you have? She asked. Well, my 2 signature jutsus are the shadow clones and Rasengan. I can create a sphere of chakra in my hand without having to use hand signals, and I can also my wind affinity to create the Rasenshuriken, a more powerful version of the Rasengan. My shadow clones help me get the upper hand in numbers. I'm assuming that you have more jutsus, right? She asked, to which Naruto nodded, but I don't want to know more about them since it is better you keep them a secret festival just in case. Well, I believe it's time to head home, Naruto-san. The others never returned, but I am pretty sure they are busy. Besides, we need to train for the festive. He nodded and went to throw away their trash. So what is your power, Momo-chan? You'll see at the games, Naruto-san. It might surprise you. She smiled at him and the blonde just chuckled. Elsewhere in a dark room, a group of people gathered around a bed. A young pale man with grayish-blue hair laid in the bed with bandages around his torso. That kid, that blonde kid, he was different. He isn't a hero. His voice was filled with pain. All Might used cheat codes to summon that kid and attack me. You see this? His fault. He wasn't someone from the report they told us about Shigakari, a ghastly figure spoke beside the injured villain. We must acquire more intel from that blonde kid. He pose a danger to us if we don't know what he does. Yes, do that. How are the Numu coming along? Asked Shigakari. After getting battle data, they're being altered to withstand much more physical damage than before. All Might had trouble with one, now we have more in numbers so their chance of failure are slim to none. Good, he is going to die after cheating like that. After my wounds heal we'll attack once again. Now I know who is All Might's favorite pupil and can use that as an advantage to gain ground against him. For now send scouts to the festival to see if that blonde kid will participate and gain data from him and every other student. Understood Shigakari. The ghastly figure disappeared along with every other one in the room, leaving the injured young man by himself. Shigakari, out the corner a dark figure spoke, those men you have aren't strong enough. You'll have to recruit more members to defeat the propaganda proclaimed hero. Shigakari looked at the direction the voice came from. You lied to me. All Might hasn't gotten weaker. He is still the same. No, I was correct. He is getting weaker. In the past he didn't need help from anyone to defeat villains. Now he needed help from raw students to defeat you. Within time he won't be able to defend himself and the symbol of peace would be defenseless and fragile. That is when we will be able to kill him. For now rest and become stronger. The dark-figured man disappeared from the room, leaving the injured person by himself in bed. Naruto had gotten used to living in this world, although he would get bored when Momo left to school. Tomorrow was the day of the sports festival and his tryouts to enter would begin. Her parents would make sure Naruto was comfortable in every way. At first he didn't know how to react to their caring ways. Eventually he began to offer to do small chores around the house so he wouldn't feel like a leech living off them. Currently he was outside with a few clones training. He was trying to improve his taijutsu a bit since he knew most of his attacks could kill and he didn't want to do that. Recalling how Lee or Guy Sensei would fight, but it was nearly impossible to imitate them after all they have trained all their lives to taijutsu. He settled with his usual brawl with many clones. Naruto spoke a low voice in his head. He stopped immediately and dispelled his clones. He sat down by a nearby tree and closed his eyes to speak with his partner. He entered his mindscape and saw the mighty Nine Tails, Kurama with a serious face. What's up, Kurama? He asked as he got closer to the chakra spirit. Have you figured out yet why I don't have 6th path sage mode? The fox shook his head, answering his Jinchuriki. The reason I have called you is because ever since we got here I am sense another chakra presence. What? That should be impossible, argued the blonde teen. That would mean another ninja is here in this dimension. Could it be Kagaya? No. Had it been her, you should have been able to sense her due to her huge amount of chakra. This source of chakra keeps moving around, perhaps here could sense you. Naruto stayed deep in thought. That person could be my way home. Can't you track them down? What do you think I have been trying to do? The fox snarled. This person seems to be able to shut down their chakra completely. I would suggest you stay at all times, Naruto. Now leave, I am going to sleep. Got it, he answered before he opened his eyes to another pair in front of him. He blinked a couple of times before flinching and hitting his head on the tree behind him. Ow! He groaned in pain as he held the back of his head with both hands. The girl in front of him laughed before apologizing to him. What were you doing, Naruto-kun? I was meditating, Momo-chan. He stood up, meeting her face to face with a blush of embarrassment before he realized something. Hey, how come you are home early for school? She smiled and replied, they gave the students the day off to relax and prepare for tomorrow. Are you ready? He grinned. Believe it. Tonight the class wants to get together at the beach for a bonfire. Do you want to come? She asked him. Sure, sounds like fun. He gave her a foxy grin. He had befriended most of the class already with the exception of Bakugo and Todoroki. Bakugo reminded him of Sasuke Akiba put together. He was talented as Sasuke but had Kiba's short temper and loud mouth. Todoroki reminded him of Neji, a prodigy and calm-minded and closes himself the world. Not to mention his costume is all white like Neji's ninja gear. Then we need to do some grocery shopping for tonight, she said, but first you need to shower, you smell. Naruto chuckled before agreeing. Momo herself had change. She was reserved at first, but being with Naruto, she has been able to be herself. She was teased at school by other girls, well, mainly Ashido, about the blonde living with her, and Mineta would cry and complain to her that Naruto stealed her from him. She denied to say anything about Naruto and kept lips sealed. She changed from her school clothes to something more comfortable, a pink sweater and leggings. She sent a text to the group chat made for the class and asked what she should bring. Ashido, I'll take the marshmallows. Laughing face Uraraka. I've got soda's smiley face. Iida. I would be responsible for bringing the waters just in case. Midoriya. I guess I'll take the chocolates. Jiro. I'll take hot dogs buns, need someone to take the weenies Kaminari, leave that to me. Mineta. I got wood. Kirishima. Mineta. Chill man, we didn't need to know that. Anyways, I'll take plates and napkins. Ashido. Gross. Suyu. Mineta, please don't be so vulgar. Ribbit. I'll take the shish kebab sticks. Mineta. You guys. I meant I'll take the wood for the bonfire. Crying face Momo. Naruto and I will take the graham crackers and I'll make the seats and ice chest to use there. Midoriya. Nice thinking, that'll save us a lot. Ashido. So you and Naruto, winking face. Aoyama. Al amor est belle, is there anything for me to take? Mineta. Yaoyorozu san why? Jiro. Leave her alone, guys. Whatever she does with Naruto is her business, winking face. Uraraka. D. Midoriya. Aoyama, I think we are all covered. Aoyama. Very well, I'll take extra sodas just in case. Momo. I am having second thoughts of starting this chat. Ashido. We're just playing, Momo, you know that. Zero, you're forgetting chips. I'll take them. Toru. Does anyone mind if I take ice cream? Uraraka. Ice cream, yes. Ojiro. I'll help Mineta with the firewood, I'm sure he can't carry a lot of them. Kirishima. Burn. Ha ha ha, Kaminari. Lol, I'm dead, Mineta. I hate you guys. Sato. If Toru is taking ice cream, I'll take some cones then. Toru, thank you. Midoriya. That should be all of us. The others won't be able to make it. Iida. Then that settles who is responsible for everything. Ashido. See you guys tonight. Momo stopped replying to the group when Naruto was ready. He looked completely different from his usual orange. He was wearing some khaki cargo shorts and black t-shirt. Orange could never escape him as he wore an orange snapback cap. So what are we taking? He asked. We need to buy graham crackers and an ice chest. Well, just the crackers, I'll make the ice chest. Alright, so let's get going then. Naruto said with a grin as they walked out of the house. They walked through the aisles of the convenience store trying to find the graham crackers for tonight. After not being able to find them, they asked an employee and pointed them to one of the end caps. They thanked him and started walking towards the item they were looking for. Out of the corner of his eye, Naruto saw an old lady trying to reach something from the top shelf. Hold up, Momo-chan, he said quickly and left the girl. She turned to see him walking toward the direction of the old lady and went up to them as well. Momo saw the exchange of words and Naruto reached for the item she was looking for. Thank you, young man. I tried reaching but my old body just doesn't let me anymore. You're welcome. Was there anything else that you needed? No, sweetie, that was all, thank you. She saw Momo behind him and smiled. Such a cute couple you two make. Both of them blushed before Momo spoke. Oh no, we're not a couple. Really? Such a shame. Maybe my granddaughter would like to meet you, young man. Momo's heart was beginning to beat fast, but then he heard Naruto speak. Sorry, Oba-chan, but I already have my eyes set on someone already. What was she feeling? Momo thought. Who could that person be? Well, whoever she is, she must be very lucky. Well, I won't take much of your time anymore, thank you once again. With that, the old lady left, leaving both teens by them's. Naruto turned to see Momo in a train of thought. You okay, Momo-chan? She snapped back to reality. What? Oh yeah, come on, let's find the crackers. He nodded and continued to the end cap. They bought 2 boxes and went to pay for them. Before long it was getting dark. They told the driver to take them to where they was meeting. When they got there they saw a few of them beginning to set up. Mineta and Ojiro setting up the wood for the bonfire. While everyone else was clearing the area of any shells of trash that has been left behind to have a place to walk. Momo-chan. Naruto-kun. They heard the pink girl yell from afar, waving at them. They both smiled and walked to the direction of the camp. Is everyone here? Momo asked to her classmate. We're just waiting on Shiro and Toru. Everyone else is here removing any kind of trash that can cut us. Naruto smiled and said, I'll help with that too. He summoned a few clones and ordered them to help the class clean up the beach they are staying at. I guess I'll start doing the chairs, Momo said and began to materialize the objects from her body. Elsewhere, one of the clones was talking to Midoriya as they cleaned the beach. It must be amazing to be able to produce clones to help you out. Yeah, it is, but it comes a great cost. If I use too many, I get very tired and fall unconscious, the clone responded. Has that ever happened? The smaller teen asked. From just using my clones, no. It's combination of fighting for a long time and using other attacks that tired me out. I see, so you must have a lot of stamina to summoning clones, right? Yeah, I do. I rarely run out of gas, but it has happened before. Well, it looks like the beach looks clean for us to walk without any problems, guys, Jiro said, getting all of their attention. Mineta, Ojiro, is the firewood ready? Yes, it is. Mineta answered as he stared at the Momo picking up her sweater so it won't tear as she produced the ice chest now that she finished with the seats. Naruto picked up a pebble and with a small amount of chakra hit Mineta in the head, causing him to yelp. What the hell was that? He looked around and saw no one cared for what happened. He cursed with tears. Does anyone have a lighter to start the fire? Asked Kirishima. Everyone looked at each other and forgot all about it. Everyone face-palmed. The most simple thing has been forgotten. Naruto smiled. Don't worry guys, I got this. He did quick hand signals. Kaden, flaming palm technique. A small spark was seen before a fire spawned in his hand. He placed against the wood and it began to catch fire. Wow, you're like a Swiss Army man, Naruto-kun. Uraraka exclaimed. Hee, it was nothing. I'm not strong with fire, but I can do small ones like this. He explained. They all sat down and chatted as the fire grew bigger. Uraraka and Midoriya got up to roast some marshmallows. Jiro, Kaminari, and Iida were roasting some weenies for the hot dogs. Kirishima and Ishido were flirting in their seats. Mineta and Sui arguing about something. Mineta said. Aoyama was staring at the stars twinkling like them. Toru, Shiro and Sato were eating ice cream. Momo and Naruto were also roasting marshmallows and talking about the couple besides them. Do they like each other? Naruto whispered. Rumors say she does, but that Midoriya-san hasn't shown interest yet, really. By the looks of it, they are having fun with each other, he replied. I know, Naruto-kun. Maybe just infatuation from her. Midoriya-san can be quite persuasive, is that so? Yeah, he is like small fire that grows real big and strong among our friends. Well, I think that is awesome. It is like he has the will of fire inside him, he answered. What is the will of fire, Naruto-kun? She asked curiously. Well, according to the third Hokage, it is what makes a shinobi strong and gives the strength to continue fighting against all odds and grow as a person, building willpower process. It is also the hopes and dreams of the previous generation being passed on to the next. I am assuming Midoriya is fighting for something that makes him drive foe more. Wow, she said, that is a strong ideal, Naruto-kun. They both made the s'mores and ate it as they sat down among the rest of the class. Uraraka, touching her fingers, said, is anyone else nervous for tomorrow? They all looked at her. With so much fun they had forgotten that tomorrow was an important event. I am, spoke Momo, with so many eyes on us we have to do our best and give the hero course the reputation it has. Yeah, I've heard people from other courses could take our spot if we don't perform well, Kirishima said, making the group more nervous. Guys, the purpose of this bonfire is for us to forget about tomorrow, Midoriya spoke. I agree with Midoriya-san, spoke his friend Iida. Tomorrow is a different day and we all must give it our best, but until then let us enjoy ourselves among each other. They all smiled at the class rep. Okay, let's change topic, spoke Ishido. So Naruto, did you have a special someone in your world? This caught Naruto by surprise. What do you mean by special? Like a girlfriend, crush or something like that, she replied. Everyone was staring at Naruto with a wondering look with the exception of Momo. Well, there was this girl who I liked since we were kids. This made Uraraka, Ishido and Toru squeal. She had pink hair and was in the same team as I was. At first she hated me for being annoying, but eventually we grew fond of each other. We always had each other sup anything. Aw, so cute, Ishido said. However, we had a third teammate. He was my best friend and her crush. A love triangle. Aoyama was now interested in the story. I guess you can put it like that. At first he was my rival, but then we became friends. However, he had a tragic past that led to a vendetta. He pursued power in desert village going rogue. My other friend was crushed when this happened. It was at this point that she started letting go of her fangirl ways and sought to become stronger to me bring our friend back. This is when we grew close to each other. At the end I came to realize something. What was that, Naruto-san? Midoriya asked. We would only be friends. So yeah, that is my story about my friend. Iida looked at his phone and gasped, "It is late already, my friend, we should start cleaning to get some rest, tomorrow is going to be a long day." The group nodded and began putting things away. They left the chair for anyone to use in the future. One by one the group starting leaving. The last to leave was Iida, just make sure nobody stayed up later. Naruto and Momo were falling asleep on the ride home. She leaned up against him and had her head on his shoulder. "Naruto-kun," started Momo. "Yeah, you can count on me for anything," she said with tired voice. "Likewise, Momo-chan. I'll support you no matter what, thanks," she whispered before drifting to sleep as Naruto did as well. The crowd roaring in the background put the students of UA nervous. Currently all of them were in their classroom waiting for instructions. They were all handed the uniform they would be wearing in the tournament, which was blue jumpsuit with the letters U and A in white. This was to make sure everybody had equal advantage. Naruto looked uneasy as many of the other students outside the hero course 1A kept giving him the evil eye. Some of them knew of his predicament and resented it. Will took it as another challenge. He looked different in this suit they gave him, blue was definitely not his color. He looked at his friends and noticed most of them were eerily cute. He approached the closest person he knew. "Momo-chan, why is everybody really quiet?" the blonde teen asked his companion. "Everyone is just focusing in the festival, that's all," she said, herself rather uneasy as well. "But I mean, why are they nervous? They're already in the course. What's the worst that could happen?" he wondered again. Before Momo could answer, a monotone voice reminded him of Gaara, was heard behind him. If a student from an outside course performs better than one of the hero courses, he or she would replace that said student. Naruto turned around to see a purple-haired with eye bags under his eyes. The teen gave Naruto a cold stare as he studied the blonde. "Some of us hope to do that, Uzumaki Naruto." The blonde stared back at the student talking to him. He gave off a terrible vibe and those eyes of his were confirming his observation. That's as when he noticed more stud behind him giving him that same vibe as the purple-haired teen. An outsider who is given the opportunity to join the course even though admission has long passed is an abomination. Other students have given everything they had to J course, yet you're almost a foot in. Not only that, you get to participate in the sports festival as well. Uzumaki Naruto, I resent you. Everyone behind me shared the same feeling. If I were you, I wouldn't trust anyone. Not even your friends you might end up replacing. The purple teen finally stared after a long time before walking around. Naruto looked back at his friends who only looked away from him and then to Momo who showed a worried face. He was alone again. "Don't listen to him, Naruto-kun." Naruto turned to see Midoriya smiling back at him weakly. "We all have to give out best to impress everyone out there. You do yours too. Just riling everyone up against you. We are all friends here after all." Naruto turned to see his friends but still none of them looked at him directly before he smiled. "You're all training to be heroes, right? Then take this as another test in your low careers. You are still learning, you know. I mean, you guys have an advantage. You already know your quirks. I have yet to see any one of them." Naruto tried his best to comfort them but everything was thrown away when the next a chilly voice was heard. "It doesn't matter if they know your quirks. It all depends how you use them and how to apply them in combat." The teen with silver and red hair with a burn mark on his left eye walked slowly to Naruto before stopping in front of him. "That judgment isn't something you teach. It is something you are born with. You," Torodoki turned and pointed at Deku, "and you, I am going to defeat you both." In the background, smoke was beginning to smell. Another blonde heard the conversation and was boiling inside. The second top student declared war with Deku and not to that bastard dared to ignore him. "He'll show him," thought Bakugo as he grinned. All of the sudden the intercom came to life and told the students to start walking to the stadium. One by one every student began walking out the classroom and into the hallway. The stadium shook with roars as the students came out of the tunnel. Heroes throughout the world watched to see possible sidekicks for their businesses. One by one and present Mike and Dead Eraserhead introduced the courses. All students lined up in front of the heart camera in front of stage where a beautiful and sexy woman with tight SK outfit and whip stood there smiling. Kayama-sama, what are you wearing? Some of the girls shouted at the same time while some of the boys blushed at the daring outfit. Since we are in the sports festival, I cam as Lady Midnight, she winked as she whipped the stage. I am going to be in charge of the festival this year and first thing first going to have some words from the top student in UA first years. Will Katsuki Bakugo step on up? All of the class 1A turned to see the short-tempered teen unnerved as he stepped forward ignoring everyone. His classmates knew he didn't care what they thought and unpredictability could label everyone in this class as an enemy. Bakugo looked at everyone in the stands and slowly leaned into the microphone in front of him. Without breaking eye contact with the crowd he spoke confidently, I am G to be number 1. Everyone blinked at him before a thunderous boo erupted from the fans as Bakugo stepped off the stage as he stared at Todoroki, then to Deku, then to Naruto sending a message. Such strong words from young Bakugo. Midnight said confused before gaining her form back, anyways for the fist part of the festival you all would be participating in an obstacle course. It is divided into 3 stages, which you all will find out when you get there. With that being said, let the games begin. All the students were outside the stadium in a path that leads to a tunnel. They were all ready to begin the race as only the top 42 students would be able to move on to T stage. Naruto was loosing up in a corner observing anything he could seek his eyes into having to fight 2 gods back to back 10 to do that. He already knew his powerful adversaries. Todoroki, Bakugo, that purple-haired kid and Deku. Nervous, the girl next to him questioned him.